So next up is decoupage release. So again, this is a big one. So we have a lot of things that we are releasing. Starting with decoupage paper, we have 5 new designs in decoupage paper and 2 new designs in 12 by 12 A4 and 2 new decoupage designs in 12 by 12 and 5 new decoupage design in A4. So you have, I think we already have 50 plus designs, and we are expanding on that because you guys have loved the designs that we come up with. So the first one is watercolor spring. As you can see, it is more of a watercolor scenes of greeneries, lakes, houses that we have created, and these are perfect if you want to use them on your bottles, on your trays. It will give you really beautiful result, guys. And this is all watercolor artistic looking. So these are the 4 scenes. In our decoupage pack, you get 4 different designs, 1 per design. So you get a pack of 4 sheets. So these are the watercolor spring. Next up, you have loved our retro chic one, which was a vintage pattern for females, and a lot of customers were asking that we expand on that, and that is why we have bought you retro chic too. So this is in continuation with our retro chic one, and as you can see, these are the patterns that you will get. Design 1, design 2, design 3 and design 4. So along with colorful and female, it is still grungy and vintage. So I feel it's a perfect combination of shabby chic for those of you who are looking to use it in trays. Plus technically you get 8 designs in this, so you cut it in half, so it is like A5 in size, so you can use it on your smaller projects, and you get 8 designs, so not 4 designs, because every sheet contains 2 designs. So that is our retro chic 2. Then again, another expansion is our everyday places, another paper which you all have loved, our everyday places one, which had come in 12 by 12 and A4. So you had loved that design, and that is why we have come up with everyday places too. So that was more of a actual photograph, vintage looking photographs and all that. So this is more of a watercolor painting kind of. So both of them we have tried to give you a good you could say options, based on your requirements. So you can go with something which is a lot more vintage and photographic kind of looking in your everyday places 1, and with everyday places 2 you can go with more of a watercolor look. You decide what you want. So these are the designs that you will get: 1, 2, 3 and 4. So everything from romance to vintage, depending on what you want, you can definitely pick and choose. So this is everyday places too. Then we have something for our vintage lovers, because we have to, vintage has always been our style, and we try to give out as many vintage designs as we can per release. And this time we are giving out this special dedicated decoupage paper, you can say, which consists of 8 designs. So in every page you get like 2 designs, so it can be cut in between, and it is like an old journal or a diary, and it has all those brown shades along with all those dark girly characters. And so at the same time it is floral, vintage, girly and journal looking. So that is why we are calling it Vintage Journals 1. Now this is the first part. We will be coming off with second part soon. but this is the first part for right now. You can definitely use this. I see this being used in planners as well, not just decoupage. Planners, then card makers can also use it. I see this being used in mixed media projects as a background, you know. All of these designs are perfect to be used even on your mixed media project. Just glue this with some decoupage glue on your mixed media canvases or scrapbook papers or even wood, whatever you are using, and these will make really beautiful bases. And then add some clear gesso on top of it. Craftangles provides clear gesso and you'll be good to go. And then you know you can do all that spraying and things like that, adding molds, etc., etc. So this is second design. Again, in one sheet you get two design. It can be cut in half. This is the third design and this is the fourth design. So you get a pop of colors. In some you get purely vintage. And you know, again, it resonates more with our style, which is more of vintage and old looking things and things like that. So trust me guys, I see this being used in junk journals. There are a lot of ways in which you can use this paper. This is one of my favorite paper in this release in decoupage series. So I really love this paper and I'm sure you guys will also love it. So that was vintage journal 1, and the last one in A4 is Bold Botanicals. So again, you all have loved our you know, doodled paper, floral batik paper, where there were a lot of bolds and bright colors, because we understand, you know, with our Indian style, with our ethnicity comes a lot of use of dark, bright, bold colors, and that is what we have trying to give you in this particular collection. So this is going to be all bright colors and at the same time a pop of vintage here and there, and at the same time the designs remind you of the modern looking abstract art. So these work perfectly as is. Like I can see this being used, just framed and being used in a home decor, but you can definitely use this on your trays, on your other projects. You know, there are it just adds beautiful pop of color. There are tropical leaves, there are more vintage leaves, there is a clean and simple leaf looking pattern, and then this is more of a contemporary abstract kind of a leaf pattern that you see over here. So you know, you decide how you want to use, but I really love this paper just because I can just see it being used as is, you know, just frame it and put it on my wall. So that is Bold Botanicals. Now the same print comes in 12 by 12, which is our Bold Botanicals 12 by 12, and the Everyday Places also A4 is going to come in 12 by 12. Now A4 is going to be 99 rupees for a pack of 4 sheets, and 12 by 12 is going to be 149 for pack of 4 sheets. Again, in one pack you get 4 sheets and you get 1 sheet per design. And this is 70 GSM thin paper. So those are the newly launched decoupage papers, and apart from that I have another project, another 2 products that I want to show to you. Now you all know that we have our own decoupage glue, which you all have loved. I mean, there are times when it is never in stock because it gets sold out so quickly, and right now even as we speak I know it got sold out. So I'll be looking at it to get it back in stock again. But yeah, you have what I'm trying to say is you have loved our chalk paints, you have loved our decoupage papers, you have loved our decoupage glue. So we thought we'll expand that category further into new products. So of course we are giving you new designs on decoupage paper, but apart from that we wanted to bring in new products, for new made in India products for our customers. And the first product that we are adding is this decoupage varnish. Okay, so let me just zoom in. So yeah, so this is the decoupage varnish. As you can see over here right now, you can see it looks semi transparent, or you know, a little bit translucent you could say, but as it dries out clear, and this is glossy decoupage varnish. So this is going to be glossy, it's not matte. So for those matte, we are working on it, so probably in a couple of months. But right now this is a glossy decoupage varnish which we have come up with. You get it in this bottle. It contains 100 ml of varnish, and again you get beautiful result with it. So I just want to show you the tray that I have created. So you can see over here the gloss. And again with this, since it's glossy and you know it dries very clear, extremely clear, it retains that pop of colors, and it actually brightens the colors even more than what it is when you know you stick on it. So probably the colors could be a little dull when I stick it on the tray, and as soon as I add varnish on top of it, it will pop it even more. So this is decoupage varnish, and I just want to show you some samples. So over here you can see the glossy effect. Again, I have just added two I think 2 layers of it. So this particular varnish, I think I have added just 2 coats of the varnish. You can also add 3 coats at the most. I know a lot of Indian brands that you use, you know, you have to add 5 or 6 coats of varnish whenever you do a decoupage project. And you know, I honestly feel that's a waste of time, and that is why a lot of people are preferring resin, you know, because you just add 1 coat of resin, probably 2 if you know, if you have some dents, but and that's it, you are done. You don't have to like apply 5-6 coats of varnish, because that is really a waste of time according to me. So that is why we had been working on this formula, I think for almost a year now, because that was one of the reason why we were trying out different formulas and seeing which works better for us, where you know you can get away with using 2 coats, max 3 coats of decoupage varnish, and you don't just have to waste your time going on applying the varnish. And that is how we came up with this formula, and that is why we took this much time, I could say. But just to give you an example, this I think has 2 coat of varnish, and I'll just put some water on top of it. Okay, me being clumsy me, I have added more water. Just a second. So I'll just take a rag and like dab the excess water. Okay, and I'll just keep it aside. Sorry guys, tend to be clumsy sometimes. Who am I kidding? I'm clumsy all the time. But yeah, so I'll just give me a minute. Yeah. So I'll just keep this water over here for your reference, just to show you with the 2 coats, you know, yeah, can you see the water over here? Yeah, so that is a layer of water that I have kept on top of it, just to show you that it does not seep in or anything. I have used this on top of my coasters, which I plan to use daily. I have just kept this sample to show you on the video, and post that I'll be using it daily on my projects in my life daily, you know, day to day I'm going to use these coasters, but I just wanted to show you a demo first. So yeah, these are the coasters that I have created, and they are quite glossy, so you can see over here. And I have just added 2 coats of decoupage varnish, and I suggest using 2 coats. And if at the max, let's say you still want to protect it even more, and you know you are living in extremely humid climate just like me, I live in Bombay, then you can probably put 3 coats, but I don't recommend more than that. And don't forget the sides as well whenever you know you are putting varnish on top of your project. And so in terms of drying time, etc., this varnish normally starts drying within half an hour, but I suggest that in between coats you leave it for at least 3 to 4 hours, or if you have more time, keep it for 6 hours. So wait for 4 to 6 hours between the coats. So first coat you apply, let it keep it aside for 4 to 6 hours, then come back, apply second coat, keep it aside for 6 hours, and then you should be able to use it, you know. So those are the drying time that I recommend. Again, it may reduce or increase depending on the climate you stay in. Like if you don't get any sun, then probably it may increase slightly. Normally 6 hours is more than enough, but let's say there is no sun and you are just putting it without any fan or air or anything, just in a closed room, then it may take more time. So either keep it under where you get a lot of ventilation, so probably under a fan, or where you get some sunlight, etc. So depending on where you can put it, you do that. So these are the varnish. Again, with varnish, any varnish, honestly, that's just my way, because I tend to be a bit sensitive of things. So I try to use varnish in a well ventilated area. So I'll normally, like right now I'm shooting it in an enclosed space. So if I would have been working with a varnish, I would not be doing it in an enclosed space. I would normally do it in my gallery, or in my hall, where there is a lot of air flowing in and out. So just a precaution from my side that I take whenever I use varnish. So same precaution, whatever you take with your varnish, you can do that, and you can simply use it that ways. Again, this is a water based varnish, so once you apply it, you can thoroughly wash your brushes with soap and water, and that should be good to go. I mean, you won't have any stickiness, or you won't have to wash your brushes with turpentine oil or things like that. Just put it in a bowl of water, a hot water, not hot water, like lukewarm water, and if you want to make it even further, you can just add a drop or two of liquid soap to clean your brushes thoroughly at the end of the project. So you can definitely do that, and all the varnish will come off your brushes. Also, once the varnish dries, it is permanent and it can stick to things like glass, etc. So let's say, like in my case, if I am working on top of the glass media mat, I will not be working directly, because if it drops on glass media mat, once it dries out, it is permanent on glass as well. So it is permanent on glass, metal, and things like that. So that is why if you are using a glass media mat, or any good layer at the background base of your project, I would suggest you cover it with newspaper or things like that before using it. So you can see over here there is still water on it and nothing has seeped out. I don't see any wetness at the below level. So I'll just take this water away, and you can see it easily comes off. I have cleaned this coaster in front of you completely. Even at the back I have added varnish, so you can see that droplets are just staying, nothing is happening. You can see those droplets. Okay, so that was just 2 coats for you. That is how powerful this varnish is. I think again a good investment for those of you who love decoupage. And the next project, again a product that we are extremely proud of, is this liquid glaze. This is a made in India product which serves 3-in-1 purpose. So it can be used as a top coat on your project. So for example, in this case I have used it as a top coat. Can you see that? So this is again a gloss shiny finish. So this gives you a top coat, and I have added some glitter on top of it. So this is just a regular decoupage coaster on which I have added a decoupage napkin, and then on top of it I have added a thin layer of this liquid glaze. So this actually works like a top coat, it self levels over the period of time, and once you let it dry for 6 to 8 hours. So normally what I do is I work on them in the late evening or night, and then I keep a box on top of it so that no dust or anything falls on it, and then I go off to sleep. And next morning, probably at around 10 to 12 in the morning, when I come back and I see they are completely dry and they are rock hard. So that is how it looks. It's just a thin layer, and it adds a top coat to your level layer, you know, just like resin. But you don't have to worry about mixing part A, part B, ratio, etc. Nothing. This just gives you that liquid glaze kind of a look. So hence the name liquid glaze. So this gives you that glazing kind of an effect that you get on your ceramic pots, or you know, on anything that you put like resin on top of it, you get that shiny glaze effect. That is what you can get on top of your projects. But over here you don't have to worry about mixing part A, part B, you know, removing bubbles or anything. You just open this, put it over here. Then what I normally like to do is I use a spatula, you know, a wooden spoon to spread it out, and then I let it dry. So this is also how I store my Craftangle swatches. Just for those of you who are curious that why are these colored, these are actually swatches of the colors of Craftangle's chalk paints. So you know, I have it handy and I see how it looks on wood, and that is how I use it. But anyways, just to show you, I normally use a wooden spoon like this, and I just you know, help spreading the liquid on top of this layer. And you, once it starts self leveling, but you have to of course make sure that you know, you spread it properly, and once it dries, it gives you this liquid glazing kind of an effect. So it actually acts like a varnish. So instead of varnish, you know, instead of doing 2 coats of this, you wanted to just like resin, you wanted to do 1 thick coat, and you know, you said I don't want to do all that. So you can definitely do that with liquid glaze. Just add 1 thin layer of it on top of it, let it dry, and you are good to go. No issues of mixing, no worries of mixing it properly, mixing it for 5 minutes, for 2 minutes, 1:3 ratio, 1:2 ratio, nothing. Simply use it. The next way in which you can use it is of course like how I have used over here. So you can definitely use it for your mosaic project. I know a lot of decoupage artists love this mosaic effect that you get, and normally a lot of people use gel on top of it, you use glossy accents, everything. So you can definitely use this liquid glaze instead. A little goes a long way, guys, trust me. And this entire thing I have done with less than half a bottle, so around 50 ml to 60 ml of liquid, and I was done with this entire trays and coasters. So again, once it's dry, rock hard, you know, you don't have to worry about. So it is dry to touch within 6 to 8 hours, and then for complete curing, you know, so that you can put water on top of it, do whatever you want on top of it, give it 2 to 3 days and you will be good to go. I don't recommend putting more than 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch of layer. So keep your layers thinner than that, because thinner layers dry quickly, and I feel that thinner layers work better than thick layers. So don't go beyond 1/4 inch of a layer. 1/8 inch of the layer I think is the max in terms of thickness. So do you see that mosaic effect? So over here there is no shine. So the mosaic effect can be achieved with this liquid glaze. You can use it as a top coat. You can also use it as a pouring medium. So over here I have used, let me just zoom in a bit. So over here I have used them as a pouring medium. Now you would say, Khyati, these are semi-gloss, you know, they are not a lot of glossy like how you had shown over here. You can see the difference. Like this is not glossy as much as this is glossy. Now that is because I have used chalk paint to tint this. So you remember, as I said, you know, this I have used it as a pouring medium. So I have actually added pigment inside it, and then, you know, I have poured it. Just like how you would do acrylic pour. So you can actually use this like acrylic pour. You don't have to go out and buy a separate product. You can use this. But Since I have used chalk paint, which is matte in nature, it has reduced this product's glossiness and you get a semi-gloss to matte effect depending on how much of chalk paint you use to tint it. So this is more matte than this. This is semi-gloss, this is mattish, quite matte. That is because I have used a lot of paint in this and I have used little bit of paint in this one. Then here is another example of the mosaic effect that I was talking about. So over here I have added 2 layers of liquid glaze. Here I have added 1 layer. So this is a comparatively thinner layer and this is a comparatively thicker layer that I have added, and you can see the effect. It literally gives you a glass-like effect. Do you see that? Here I have done complete layer. So this I have used it like a top coat. I have just added the entire coat. So instead of doing varnish, I have added this glass-like finish. So here I have used it as a top coat and I have added in completely a layer of the same on the coaster to give it glass-like finish. Okay. So for those of you who don't want to do varnish and who want to not use resin, you can use these. Of course, while using this, you take your precautions like how you do for your varnish. That is, work in well ventilated area, use a mask. Your basic mask will work, just so that you don't inhale the smell and all those things, because I don't prefer inhaling the smell, and work in open area. That's the most basic thing that I can say. Okay, and yeah, so over here I have used so you can see this is quite glossy. Now just to compare this with the chalk paint one, this doesn't have that much of a gloss. This has more gloss. That is because I have directly used pigments along with liquid glaze to create that whole effect, the pouring effect, and you can easily do that. Over at the back you can see I have just used it with rice paper. So this is Craftangle's rice paper, and on top of it I have done some crackle effect, and then I have done this pour on top of it. So you can do that as well. Again, it takes 6 to 8 hours for it to dry. Now don't do more than 1/8 inch of a layer. If you do more, it may not dry properly, so you have to be extremely conscious of the thickness that you are putting. Normally if I want extremely glossy surface like this, I don't mind doing a 2 coat over the over the waiting period of 8 hours rather than having a 1 thick layer and that does not dry. So don't do that. And you can also use it as a pouring medium like how I have done over here. We have done testing with pigments. We have done testing with Craftangle's chalk paints. They work beautifully. We have also tested them with Camel acrylic paints and all that. So they work really well with Camel acrylic paints. Fevicryl, they were okay. So I would suggest that if you want to do pouring, we will soon, probably in a couple of months, we will be releasing pigments, but meanwhile, which are specific to this liquid glaze. But meanwhile, if you want to use something else, you can definitely use Craftangle's chalk paint with these. They will give you semi-matte finish to matte finish depending on how much chalk paint you add to tint the base. And along with that, you can also use Camel acrylic paint, which is easily available anywhere. Of course, it is also available on our website. So you are not restricted to use a particular pigment with this. That is the best part of this product. This is Craftangle's chalk paints that we have used. So this is Coral Sand, and these I think is Cool Jade and Bohemian Blue that I have used. So this is how it looks. Again, over here I'm not sure if you can see, but I did a mistake. Do you see over here? So what happened was, while drying, I kept it open and a hair got stuck in there. Later on I was able to remove the hair, but unfortunately it got a dent. So now to cover that dent, I can add one more layer of liquid glaze, but I just wanted to show you my mistake. So whenever you are letting this dry, make sure you put a box on top of it to avoid all those dust falling on top of it. And you can see how glossy it is. So you can add more layer of gloss on this kind of semi gloss or matte finish by just adding one more layer. You can make your seascape. So these are all my tries on seascape. So this is also a seascape that I have created. Again, I have used Craftangles chalk paint. And just to compare this, so these are the two samples of Liquitex that I have used. So with Liquitex pouring paint or any pouring paint, I have used 3-4 pouring paints. Just to show you the difference, you get this bumpy kind of a, like, I'm not sure what to call it, but bumpy kind of a texture that is very common to pouring, and which I honestly don't like. And then what artists do is they add a layer of resin on top of it so that it becomes smooth and shiny. So to avoid all that, we have tried to combine the pouring and the resin in one and give you this product, which is called liquid glaze, which can be used as a pouring paint and will also give you this kind of glossy effect, without, so you don't have to worry about this kind of texture or bumpy effect. I'm not sure where the camera, see, do you see this? This is how it looks. So this is the glossy version. So this is another Liquitex product. Again, you can see it has a bumpy kind of a texture. So that won't come with Craftangles liquid glaze. So here is another example just to show you. So do you see the gloss? Okay, and this is a kind of a geodish pattern that I tried with pouring paints. So this is a pouring example that I did. You can also use it like a resin. So I know in resin seascapes are a big trend, and so this is what I have tried, one of the basic tries by me where I have tried and created a seascape. So you can definitely create that seascape kind of a thing as well with liquid glaze, and you don't have to, again, as I said, you don't have to worry about mixing a certain proportion, etc. But of course you cannot have a very thick layers, like 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, etc. So if you tell me, Khyati, I want to use it on a river table, I will not suggest this, because this is similar to epoxy resin. However, it is not very similar to the other kind of resin, the casting resin, which we use to put it in molds, or to put it on river tables or things like that. So this cannot be used like a casting resin. You can definitely use it to give a top coat, that you can. So here is another example. So this is using pigments. Then again, another trend which I know a lot of you love is the marble technique. The marble technique on decoupage, and marble technique of how you can achieve it with resin as well. So these are few examples of that using liquid glaze. Again, I have a dent over here. Let me see if, yeah. So you see over here I got a dimple. So this is what you call in resin language a dimple. So you do get something similar if your stand was not completely horizontal, or over the period of time it went wonky, or there was a little bit less amount of product on top of it to not cover the whole area. So things like that can happen, same as resin. So you need to make sure that you avoid these kind of dimple, and I have just kept it right now to show you that these kind of issues do happen. So if you want to fix this dimple, same as resin, you just need to put another layer on top of it. So if I pour some liquid glaze and I put another layer on top of it, it will be flat and glossy like so. So this is again very flat and glossy. So these are some of my attempt at marble kind of an effect. Using liquid glaze, and this is actually Craftangles chalk paint that I have used. So first layer was Craftangles chalk paint poured along with liquid glaze. So I have used Craftangles chalk paint to tint this, and then I have created that pour and the whole marble kind of a thing, and then I went back and added another pour of liquid glaze to create this finish, and that gives you granite kind of a look. Now instead of chalk paints, if I would have used acrylic paints, I would not have to go again, because it gives me quite a lot of almost full gloss, so like semi gloss to full gloss kind of a finish. So you try it for yourself, see what works for you, what not. And I think with these kind of product, the best way is to experiment it yourself and see what works for you. I honestly like it more with chalk paint, and then adding one more layer for extra glossiness and shine. You may like something else. So a lot of you I know will again ask me, can we use it with molds? So here I have created, using that mold, that coaster mold that you get. I have used that to create this. So I think I poured this in two parts. So the first part I had poured, and I had added these are mica flakes that I had added. They all went down because of the gravity, and then once it was dry for 6 to 8 hours, or I think a day or two, after that I added the second coat. That was because you can see the thickness. I had added a lot of things, and I just wanted to try it out, that can it be used to cast in the molds. So the answer is no. This took me, I think, 7 to 10 days to dry, and still I'm not happy. So do you see, it is not completely hard. Like, it is hard to feel, but it is still pliable. So I don't think that is what you want. You would want more of a resin like hard finish, so that you can achieve with casting resin only as of now. Like, we don't have a product for it. So liquid glaze is more of a top coat, where you can use it as a top coat for your mosaic decoupage project. You can also use it as a pouring paint. So wherever you want to add a layer on top of the base, you can use it. If you want to create a base out of it, you cannot do it. So you cannot use it to create a base. For that, you will need casting resin. Don't even use epoxy resin. I would suggest use casting resin if you want to do that. So yeah, that were some of the samples using liquid glazes that I wanted to show. Now coming back to the prices, these two bottles, both of them come in 100 ml. So this is varnish 100 ml, decoupage varnish gloss, and this is liquid glaze, which has 3-in-1 purpose. So it can be used as top coat to give you resin like glass like finish. It can be used to, instead of varnish, it can be used to just have a layer on top of it. It can be used on your mosaic projects, and it can also be used as a pouring paint by mixing pigments inside it, mixing eyeshadows or mica pigments. You can also add acrylic paint, chalk paint. I showed you all the demos, so you can definitely do that. So both of these are going to retail at $199 for 100 ml varnish, as well as this. Now if you buy everything together, like these two liquid glazes and all the 7 papers that we just released, the 2 12x12 and the 5 A4, so if you buy everything together, which is our new decoupage release, you get flat 10% off. There will be a bundle that you can just add to cart, place an order, and you automatically, as soon as you add it in your cart, you will get a flat 10% off. And of course, if you order, like apart from this, you add few more things in your cart, and if your order value crosses 1500, you can opt for free shipping using coupon code FREE SHIP. Details will be present on our website.